You're very, very welcome, man.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Really appreciate everyone showing up, and God bless you now for the next half hour.
Can I go right back to the start when there was no bucks being paid, but in July '74, I think at the time was Cullen playing for St. Mary's, prop forward.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And Mary was playing hockey. So you were born into a sporting family. So there was a sporting tradition in the family, and that's what you came into. Can you talk about that?
Well, I can't remember a huge amount, but in '74. But as things progressed, for me, like we always had a very supportive family. My father and my mother both worked, and they supported us, and my father especially worked incredibly hard to support us through, difficult times in the '80s. But they were also there for us, in our sportingness. We were never not able to do anything. I wanted to play rugby, I could go and play rugby. We wanted to play tennis, we could play tennis, and it was that support. I think that was the most important thing.
And then, not many people know that thing. You left school at 16. Most people leave school at 16 because they're dunces, but you left school at 16 because you'd attained the grades to go to TCD, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I was the cleverest kid in the block now, but it was just no transition year.
Straight to leaving.
One of my more stupid things that I did was I was actually there's a few guys here. I was actually Goth when I was a kid, a teenager. And I put soap in my hair the odd time, And then I went out and trained, and it peed down my rain, and then there was suds everywhere, all on my eyes, running around. It showed both my commitment and my stupidity. I went into St. Mary's, which is a club across the road, and they really took me in, and I was playing back row, and they kind of suggested I play second row. And I was only 6'3" at the time, so about 4 inches of growth. So I moved quite. It suited me. It suited me as it turned out. But St. Mary's is one of the best rugby clubs that you could ever hope to be involved in, and I was lucky enough to land myself there.
Yeah. So, and that was before you went to Trinity. So therefore, St. Mary's was something you were pretty committed to.
They took me in. Then I played under 19 rugby there. Yeah. So I was still under 17. Yeah. So I had 3 years to kind of hone my talents before playing senior rugby.
And of course, at the time, and it's so easy, so much has changed in such an incredibly short period of time, but at the time it was all about the AIL. So and it was about the clubs trying to get themselves into a preeminent position. Yeah. So they were looking for the players, and St. Mary's were identifying guys with you, and they had the money, they had the power.
And good attendances, full houses in St. Mary's. And I remember I was a ball boy for one match for St. Mary's, played Young Munster, which happened to be the final of the AIL, just purely by the coincidence again, and there was 20,000 people at the match, so it did draw big crowds.
It was huge then.
Yeah, it was big.
Yeah.